Step number 2, check property records in Brazil. So you decided to purchase a property. First step for you is to check the property records in Brazil. If you were in the US, you would say, I gotta check the deed, right? In Brazil, you usually say, I'm gonna check the property records. The technical term we use is RGE, which would mean Registro Geral do Imóvel, or Property General Record, okay? This is a document you usually obtain at the registration office. In some countries, some states, this is accessible for free. Just giving you an example, in Texas, if you want to access a deed, you just go to the county clerk. There is a section in the county clerk's website. You enter the address and you can very easily check the deed, right? And then you know who's the owner and you make sure that you're buying from the owner, right? In Brazil, unfortunately, almost everything, is more complicated. So in Brazil, to get the records, you need to go to a specific registration office. A registration office is like a department where you have all the records for the real estate in a certain area of the town. And you go over there, you provide an address, and then you gotta pay a fee. The fee is not much. The fee is usually under $20. The problem is, for you to get to that point, sometimes you gotta go in person to the registration office. Some registration offices, they are gonna be willing to work with you by email, but they are usually not that fast. So for some properties, we can get that done in a few days. For other properties, sometimes it takes us a couple of weeks, to provide the address, to get an invoice, to send the payment, to fill out additional forms that they're gonna ask us for, to get all the paperwork. So the $20 fee is actually not much, but the work that sometimes you need to do in order to get access to the record is actually way more expensive than the $20, all right? Some registration offices, they are not gonna give you this information online. They're not gonna be exchanging emails with you. They're just gonna say, listen, you gotta come in person to our location, right? So if that's the case, you will need to send someone, a service provider, you will need to pay someone to go there to order a copy of the records and then come back a few days later to pick up the records, all right? There are some states that are now, working together to have a single website giving access to people to obtain such records online. The name of the service is Registradores, but this service is available to only a few states. I would guess around 7 states as we speak, being the main ones, São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and Paraná. So if you have a property that you need the records for in São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, or Paraná, you could use that solution. We're gonna have a link to the service in the comments section of this video, all right? I'm also gonna show you a copy of, the records for a property. As you can see, there are many pages. For this property in particular, there are probably 12 pages. And then you may be asking, so why that many pages? Because these records that you're gonna retrieve, they usually have a history for the property. Usually not from the, let's say, inception or for the development, for the construction of the property, but for as long as the registration office has been in charge of the property. So for this particular one, there are about 12 pages, and I can see the whole history, since the inception of the property.